From streamers being weird to influencers of being themselves, today we are recapping everything that kind of generated a lot of talk in the past little bit in just culture in general. Things that hit the explore page over on X, clips, memes, whatever it may be. We've had them chosen for us and we are going to be reacting to them today. Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with 20 YouTube channels. Let's start with a post over here by Fearbuck. FaZe Kazan gets curved by Pokimane again. You can see that Pokimane ended up tweeting, in a sad mood right now. Tell me something good. I owe you a dinner. No, not the FaZe boys, just us. How else can we become friends? Oh, ooh, I know it's popular to hate Pokimane, man, but this is a good one. Bro, can you just DoorDash me some chocolate? Oh, dude, that's actually a really good comeback, man. That's really, really good. You got to feel for him, but he had to have seen it coming. One of the top replies to it over here where he needs to start investing into a family. I mean, yeah, but at the same time, like, he shot his shot. Dude doesn't give up. How many times has he done this? How many times has he done this? Can you just DoorDash me some chocolate? DoorDashing chocolate is just evil. Yeah, he got scummed a little bit there, but honestly, you can't really come back from that. Just like that, this reply has to say, no coming back from that one. Change your name and country. Gotta love a good old Dana White meme, eh? Absolutely gotta love it. But let's continue on to another post, and this is one that I actually saw myself, okay? Check this out. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has some of the most insane cultural footprint ever, because what do you mean the Crossroads meme comes from this show? I didn't know this until people started talking about it. It's real. And my initial thought was like, there's no chance. There is no chance it's real. But it was real. And I actually saw the clip. Like, that's insane. Coming from Chaz. Chaz it up, man. Changing culture. And this is my initial take. This has got to be fake. I thought it was, but it's not fake. I saw the actual ended up clip to it. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is basically one of the founding fathers of memes. Kaiba is literally known as the also chatter, villain, and trap can totally become a meme. I'm gonna be real, yeah. Kaiba memes are so funny. You're a third-rate duelist, the fourth-rate deck. My brother and I have memed Kaiba our entire lives. Like, all right, Yugi, you can believe that this is all just a hologram. Like, it's just, he's funny, man. He's funny. Let's continue back on, circling over to Dextero and circling back over to Pokimane. I shouldn't be here, LMAO, but I'm honored to be nonetheless. Pokimane responded to comments that shouldn't have been invited to the Grammys. I don't know who pays attention to the Grammys anywhere, to be honest with you, but it's smart of them to get somebody like Pokimane over there, because if they're hurting for numbers, then Pokimane would definitely bring all of our SIMPS down there, right? Pokimane, when it comes to pretending to be an angel and humble cutie pie. To be honest with you, kind of real on that. She just got invited by the Devil's Club and she accepted it. The downfall is coming soon. Absolutely based on that. Brosif responded with, these award shows are just trying to stay relevant any way they can these days. And it's smart, man. Get a few influencers in there. And Pokimane, how many people does she have following her? Like, watching everything that she does. Pokimane, I was watching the Grammys too. Don't you love me? Like, there's the amount of people that exist that are like that are infecting the world more than you would ever know, okay? Let's continue on to another quote tweet, I guess we have over here. Unfortunately, there are no benefits to being a good person, and it was a quote tweet of, what's the hardest truth you've learned? I disagree with that. It just comes in the long term. I would say, like, I would have said that when I was young, and that's not to go like, oh my god, you might realize that when you're older, but a lot of people are harsher. Like, if you're just walking around, like, being as nice as possible, you get taken advantage of. But then again, that happens in, like, the workplace too. That happens as an adult. There are benefits. You get to be a good person, and you get to live with the fact that you're a good person, and the people really close to you are probably with you because you are a good person. I believe that to be a benefit in itself, but let's continue on to some replies over there. If you're looking for benefits from being a good person, you're not a good person. Yeah. I don't want to say, like, they're not a good person, but yeah, but, like, what else would they be, right? They're like a cross between good and bad, okay? You think about benefits when you're trying to be good to people. That's exactly it. You shouldn't be thinking about benefits. I get why people do think about it that way. I don't think that, like, looking for benefits of doing something good is inherently bad, but it doesn't make you, like, the best person, okay? You get to manipulate people easier because they think you're nothing to worry about. Also works well for gaslighting and lying. Wow. Yeah, that's a little bit of a sneaky play right there. Being a fulfilled, well-rounded person who spreads kindness in a world that's often harsh is cruel, and cruel is your reward, excuse me. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. Being a fulfilled, well-rounded person who speaks kindness in a world that's often harsh and cruel is your reward. I think that's very, very well said, but I'm interested in this reply over here. It's a moral reward, but not a tangible one. Just being and feeling like a good person isn't enough for a lot of people. There oftentimes needs to be reciprocation more than just, well, at least I was nice to the person that was a complete a-hole to me. And there was a reply to that. Exactly. It's sad that so many people want some physical, tangible reward or eternal life after death for being a decent person. It's sad, man. I'm a chronically online, socially behind individual. I should not be having to explain these things to people older and who should be more well-adjusted than myself. Dude, I find myself in that agreeing with that or saying that to myself all the time. Like, I have a day job that I go to, and the amount of times that I like think that type of thing towards people is insane, okay? Yes, there is, and saying this screams that you're only nice to people for transactional reasons, which means you are not a nice person. Yeah, like, I get where all these people are coming from. I do, and I don't want to say they're inherently wrong, okay? Being a good person is the benefit. Sleeping well at night, knowing you are living your truth and doing no harm is the benefit. Not dealing with unnecessary drama is a benefit. Better the lives of other people is just a benefit. I don't know, like, because you don't, I get that. Doing no harm is a benefit, that's true. Not dealing with unnecessary drama is a benefit. That doesn't come with just being a good person. Like, you would like it to, but it still sometimes ends up finding your way. Let's continue on to a new topic, though. Culture Crave posted this. Google dropped its pledge to not use AI for weapons or surveillance. I saw this. I didn't know that they were even working on AI weapons, which it's something that just didn't cross my mind, but it's not shocking to me. And it's not shocking to me that they pledged it and now they're going back on their word. Dude, we are closer to Terminator 2 than we might think, okay? I mean, did we honestly believe they were going to keep their pledge? Really? Yeah, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. I can't believe it. People ended up buying that. That didn't last long. This is where I'm at. I think that this is a serious potential for the future. I think you're crazy if you think otherwise, okay? We're living in the end times, guys. Yeah, you know, there's been a lot of talk over the years about the end times and whether or not they're actually coming, and I'm sure that this happens every generation, but it really does feel like it sometimes, dude. It really, really does feel like it, okay? Let's continue on to a post by It's Jules07. LAO, someone get this boy out of our sport. Without boxing, says Jake Paul, I would have ended up dead or in jail. Yeah, dude, like, it's tough, man. It's tough because he's trying so hard to be hard. Like, and we all know that Jake Paul grew up the way that he did, right? I even saw that some people ended up posting his house a while ago after talking about, like, the streets he grew up in. Something along those lines. Don't quote me on that, but it's just funny. Lol, now he's trying to act like a street kid. Yeah. Yeah, Jake's doing a little bit too much sometimes. Do you want all of his fans out of the sport too, causing your favorite fighters to earn less money? Yeah, Jake Paul actually is doing a lot of really good things for boxing, getting a lot of attention on boxing, because while boxing does have its select few good fights or, like, fights that get a ton of attention, boxing's been in a little bit of trouble compared to other sports, okay? That boy is the best thing to happen to boxing in a long time. Yep, he's getting a ton of attention on boxing. It's just the integrity of boxing is up there, you know? Gracie Abrams says Taylor Swift has more cultural impact than any man. You'd have to define cultural. You'd have to. Like, I know, like, there's a base definition for, like, cultural impact, but I don't know. I'm sure that you can find more, but I don't know if I can think of some off the top of my head. Like, to think of, like, pop stars and people like Taylor Swift. I know people might mention, like, Michael Jackson, but I'm inclined to, like, actually kind of agree with that. If it comes to, like, people just, like, in the pulp culture section, like, people like singers and actors, things like that, you know? Justin Bieber, Michael Jackson, Elvis Presley, Kanye West, Elton John, John Lennon, Paul McCartney, Freddie Mercury, Frank Sinatra, Stevie Wonder, Prince, Bruno Mars, Bruce Springsteen, Eminem. All of them have more cultural impact than Taylor, so stop the BS. Wow, yeah, I guess you just proved me wrong a little bit. There's a lot of them on there that probably did have a lot of cultural impact compared to Taylor Swift. I mean, probably. I'm up for the conversation, okay? Let's continue on to Taylor Swift, I guess. This has to be the funniest AI video ever, LMAO. And Sam replied to it and said, not a single muscle in my face even flinched. This has 4.8 million views. I have no idea what we're about to watch.
Cowboy Carter.
What is going on? Yeah, I have to agree with Sam on this one. Unless something crazy happens in the next 15 seconds. Oh my god. What is going on?
Wow, I really was not expecting.
Yeah, that wasn't funny at all. That wasn't funny one little bit. What are the replies over to this, man? Hit the follow button if you're here. Let's see. Oh, it's all just more of that. Dies from cringe. Exactly. When did AI slop like this become funny? It's not about the AI. It's just, it wasn't a funny video. Okay, I'm glad that everybody else is kind of feeling the same way about it. Yeah, what the hell? How many views does that initial post have? Let's see. This has 36.6 million views. Look how many likes it has. Oh my god. That's T Swift and her cultural presence. Not everyone has a sense of humor. It's okay, little bro. Is that for it or against it? I'm not sure, to be honest with you. Me throughout this video? Yup. Like, the only reason I watched is because it claimed to be the funniest thing ever. Guys, what are we choosing, by the way? It actually made me mad. W. Let's continue on over to the Internet Hall of Fame. The guy with the worst grades should get to give a graduation speech too. Let me hear both sides. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Could you imagine? Dude, I know people that would just talk so much crap about the teacher. That'd actually be really, really funny. But there was no way they would ever do that, okay? Instead, wait for 10 years, bring them both back, and hear who made it. That's an interesting one because a lot of times the person who didn't do so well in school, you have like not a 50-50, I would say, but you have a lot of people who didn't do good in school that would end up exactly where the teacher said they would end up. But there's also the ones who didn't do good in school that end up making their way out and then just being like supremely successful. That is very, very interesting. I would like to see that. I would like to compare the jobs of bank accounts of the top 10s versus the bottom 10 in the class. Have a feeling the bottom 10 out-earns the top 10. I don't know about like the complete bottom 10, but if you're talking about like the best of the bottom tier and the best of the top tier, then I could see that being the case. But there are a lot of really like lazy people who wouldn't accomplish anything and they would end up kind of how you would expect it to. Let's continue on to Red Cinema. How TF outer space dark but the sun up there? I swear someone is lying. That's a sentence, all right, but yeah, that's probably just rage bait or just like one of those like, what is it? Shower thoughts. That's what it's called. Like, you understand why it works, but it just doesn't make sense. That I can kind of get. But the samurai ended up replying to that and said, yeah, space is just that much bigger. You ever used your phone light outside in the dark? As bright as the light is, it only goes so far. Very true. Very true. Good comparison. Because it's massive and hollow, hence there's nothing for the light to bounce off of and scatter. Also true. You explained it perfectly, but just to hammer it home, light reflects off the particles in our atmosphere. There are 25, whatever that number is, particles per cubic meter in our atmosphere, while in space, there is only about 1 particle per cubic meter. That's interesting. I thought that was a good way to hammer it home. For me personally, I'm actually like super fascinated about space, okay? Now, no one's lying, just physics messing with your mind. Space looks dark because there's nothing up there, no atmosphere to scatter the sunlight like on Earth. The sun is shining, but unless light hits something, you won't see it. Kind of like a flashlight versus a foggy versus a clear room. Very true. Yeah, that is a really good explanation about it. I mean, I don't imagine that she was asking seriously, but still, it was a cool explanation, okay? Let's continue on to a clip that I'm sure you have all seen by now. You know what? We're not going to watch the entire video. Should we? No. Yeah, you guys get the point. I'm not going to walk you through the video. This is a little bit older news anyways. Haley Welch, could you imagine? AKA Hawk Tua girl, breaks her 2-month silence and cries while talking about... breaks her 2-month silence, and cries while talking about rugging millions in her meme coin as FaZe Banks tries to explain the crypto space to her. I don't believe that she did this intentionally. It's possible, but I just think that she got taken advantage of by somebody. That it's that simple, and I know she like made a video talking about her fans sticking with her throughout the entire thing. I'm shocked that there are people that were sticking through her the entire thing. Maybe just people who want to Hawk Tua, but I'm still with the reply over here. If you lost money on Hawk Tua coin, you deserved it. I don't understand why anybody would purchase such a thing. Here we go with the crocodile tears. I just want to say that YouTube, this is absolutely disgusting, and I don't find memes like this funny. I would never suggest something like this, and it is completely inaccurate. Every single woman that I've ever known has dealt with accountability very reasonably, I will say, okay? So YouTube, I'm very grateful to be on this platform. Let's continue on to... Why does this look like her? Why does that actually look like her? Is that Sandy? Oh my god, dude. That's funny. I don't know what's worse, the fact that some crypto bro took advantage of her and used her name to rip off suckers, or that half the internet isn't smart enough to grasp it wasn't her idea. Yeah, I really don't believe it wasn't her idea, but it's possible, I will say that. It's always possible. It's always possible, okay? Let's continue on to jump trailers. I'm not familiar with... 4K photos from pop culture. Sabrina Carpenter with black hair. That is a... You know what? Like, I am a happily married man. we had these chosen for us, just so you guys know. I didn't just post this over here for like my own liking, okay? This is a night and day difference, and I don't understand why she doesn't look like this in day to day, but we are not going to really comment much on that. I imagine the replies to this are going to be very, very respectful. Yeah, she looks so much better with black hair. Yeah, I agree with that. And it's weird because I typically don't like look at people too different based on their hair color unless it's like some like weird color. But that was actually a night and day difference, okay? Logan Paul says the only way he will drop his lawsuit against Messi for copying Prime with his drink is if they have a boxing match sometime in 2025. I don't see this ever happening. Logan Paul, like, look how roided out that dude is, man. Crazy. Yeah, Logan and Jake Paul doing what they typically do. Messi would gain literally but nothing by doing this. Yeah, like, what would he gain? Really, Messi doesn't need the money. Messi doesn't need to do anything about it. Logan couldn't drop a sitting target in Dylan Dennis about the time he started acting like a tough guy. I mean, if you're getting into the ring, I would say you're fairly tough, unless like the fight with Dylan Dennis is a little bit scripted, but even then, a little bit of an easier opponent to take on. But the Paul brothers do act tougher than they act. You know what I mean? Okay, let's continue on. Logan will never go for someone his size. He and his brother only pray in the week. Very true. Very, very true. This is always the reply, right? How is someone of the best athletes in the world not his size? You weirdest treat men like... Okay, weird. Are you on crack? Why would Logan want to fight a footballer? Size here means he should go fight a professional boxer. Yeah. I don't know how I didn't get that, but regardless, guys, there are a ton more topics to take a look at, guys. We made another video recapping everything that kind of went trending. I would love to have you guys check out this video over here. These videos stand the test of time. Thank you for being here. Take care, everybody.